Hello everyone and welcome to my build of what I consider the worst kit I've ever seen. This is the Kopnak MIG-21 BIS. I'd never even heard of Kopnak. I know they're from Belarus. There is almost nothing on the internet about them. If you've ever seen these kits or even built one, that would be great if you could put that comment in the comments section below the video, because I'd really like to learn a little bit more about them and whether I was just unlucky or not. Now, it's never good when you find an empty bag in the box as the first thing you pull out. But what strikes me first is the kit's in terrible condition. It's been boxed since about the late 80s, it looks like. As you can see there, the Decals sheet has got a bit damp and it's all curled up. So I think the first thing I've got to do to hope to get any use out of them is get them flattened out. So I'm going to stick them underneath the cutting mat during the build and hope they're salvageable. The instructions, such as they are in a terrible state. I think there's only 7 steps actually printed, so I'll see how I get on with those. Now, looking at the sprues, things don't get any better. They are very much bled out. The plastic of the models itself is really quite thick and quite strong, but the bleed is on almost every piece. It's really thick. In fact, in places the bleed is thicker than some models that I've built from other manufacturers on the actual main body of the kit. So this is going to take no end of chopping and shaping just to get anything viable out of it. Any of the recess holes are all filled in. Almost everything that's a circle has got an extra circle around it. And right now I'm kind of looking at this thing thinking, do I really want to take this on or chuck it in the bin? I think after a few moments pondering, I don't really want to waste the $12.99. Um, but I must confess, it did cross my mind just to think, do you know what? Not a chance. At least it will be an opportunity to get some use out of one of my birthday presents from last week from my lovely other half. She got me some army painted diamond files. So if ever was a product test needed, this will be it. There's going to be an awful lot of filing and shaping and probably some filling too. I'm certainly not going to let you sit through hours and hours of filing, so we're just going to time lapse through all of that and get it whipped through. Even from instruction number one, construction of the cockpit, which contains maybe 6 pieces, the instructions are so vague. There is no recesses. The parts are just sort of jumbled together. They have no natural slot or no natural place to go. So I'm going to use super glue to try and get a bit of a fix on this. Even when it comes to seating the cockpit into the fuselage, there's no recess in there either for it to go in. So it's all going to be guesswork. I mean, I do like a challenge, but give me something of a clue. So with no natural place except for the cockpit actual hatch in the fuselage for the cockpit instruments to go, it's just a case of sort of offering them up, letting them rattle around, and then daubing them with a bit of super glue. While pressing these two halves of the fuselage together, they feel like two different planes. And also you can see there, but I can't see it yet, the slots for the wings to go into. Only one really exists, so I'm going to have to chop into those as well to make it fit, which probably means there's going to be some big gaps, and probably need for a lot of filler later. And here I am about to realise that the holes in the fuselage bear no resemblance to the tabs on the wings. Um, Thinking maybe I've got the wings upside down, or maybe there's a sprue I'm missing. But no, it's just the poor construction. But I do persevere. I do think maybe it'll go. Maybe if I try a bit of brute force, or maybe if I try the left-hand wing. No, it's not going to go. So I'm going to have to chop them out. And because of all that chopping out of the recesses, the panel gaps are really huge. So I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to fill these in using good old poly filler. Now I certainly don't want to waste any more money on this kit, throwing good money after bad. But to be fair, I've used poly filler quite a lot in the past. It's a perfectly acceptable way to fill any of your gaps. It sands down quite nicely, and it also takes the paint quite nicely. So if you're going to use it, just get a little piece out and in a lid. I would recommend that you water it down a little bit, add a bit more water to it to give it a better consistency for getting into all the gaps. But I'm going to do a little video as part of my scale modelling tutorials later on in the week, because I think it's a cheap an easy way to get these gaps filled in. Once they're all filled and it's been under the drying booth for a little while, it's just a case of just sanding it back nice and gently with some very fine grit. And now I can move on to the next ordeal of actually painting the thing. I've decided, because this kit is such a clown kit and it's made a clown out of me, that it's going to get a red nose. Now it's time to give those decals a go. Let's see if they've flattened out a bit. No, they haven't. No. I'm not really holding out much hope for these things, but let's see how I get on. And get on I did not. Basically, after the first two, the rest of the decals started to dissolve in the water and just break up. So I only ended up putting 3 actually on the model. So there we are. Am I glad that's over? What a nightmare of a kit. Please do leave a comment in the YouTube comments if you've built a Kopnak kit before or you know anything about them. Please have a look at the Facebook group. Come along and join us and share your work. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave that comment, or give us a subscribe. Thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one.